So it's a little bit dirty in this office right now. That's because we got a package that was massive. And when we talk about that package, well, check it out. It was one of the Call of Duty mystery crates. So we first saw people starting at these crates, I think it was Friday, and then over the weekend, a couple of people got it here and there. And now it seems today, right before that air quote embargo went up of when we could actually open up these crates, tons of people ended up getting theirs right before then. So with that, of course, it came with this little post-it slip, do not open this crate until August 10th, 2020. And so once the time came, we ended up getting this little nice handy dandy lock right off of that, the padlock. We had to text the number, get a code, and then input that code, to which we got that box that you just saw. And honestly, with it came a bunch of interesting stuff. And the entire thing, as of recording this, is still developing. Not everybody knows the end game here, but basically it was the start of a giant multi-game Easter egg. And that's something that is incredibly fascinating to me, but the entire process, it's perfect for a Treyarch game. Once you open up the crate, you can see there was some ruffled packaging and such that was protecting what was actually in the box. But on top of that, we ended up seeing that we had a manifest written out here for us. On screen, you'll see it right now, but I'll read it out to you guys. It says, communication attendant to operation redacted. Control number 3 of 5. Recipients, embedded field agents, clearance redacted. Another section redacted. Summary of contents. These are top secret documents containing compartmentalized information essential to national security. You are requested to immediately distribute the provided intelligence to your operatives in the field. These materials are to be used in the investigation of Site Redacted in the Ural Mountains. Redacted sentence, please ensure your package contains the documents listed in the column marked manifest. You will also be supplied a projector to aid in distributing the materials, authorized by Redacted, with the manifest including a list of different alphanumeric tiles, but X'd off in what is your manifest and what came in your package. I ended up getting N744, R834, Y318, G190, M629, V284, X837, B623, F639, H376. Now, when you read off that manifest, that is a lot of perhaps gibberish, but it is something that when you take a look at what was actually given to us, we got an old little style here, little packaging, and when you open it up, you take this off. Friends, it is an old 50s to 60s era projector. That was something that I was not expecting whatsoever, with each of these coming along those corresponding alphanumeric codes pertaining to film cells. So slide trays. And when you open them up, there are about 10 of them here with it, each individually marked, each individually able to be added into the projector. I'll add them on screen here for you guys so you don't really have to just go through the entire process of me loading each and every single one into the projector. We did that earlier on stream, which, by the way, if you want to follow, twitch.tv/EcoliEspresso. But we did it live over there for a ton of people, and it was a lot of fun collaborating here with it. But this is where the Easter egg really begins, because what you'll see on screen right now is, of course, those slides. But if you take a look at them, some of them actually firstly indicate Summit. They are the map outline or parts of the outline of Summit, and then other parts pointing to different numbers, different locations, some such as Paris, some such as Moscow. Then we, of course, have what looks like an Enigma cipher almost. Then we have some clocks, but with not numbers. Instead, we end up having letters on that with different codes designated on the bottom. And this is where the hunt really begins. For this, you have to end up going to Summit, and that's where the start of all of this begins. When you load up a game of Summit, you can end up jumping in, and it was actually updated as of recently to now include what is needed here for this Easter egg hunt. When you go to the very middle of Summit, there's of course that sort of war room, that main center control panel, and all that, of course, you end up seeing a map of the worlds. You can end up seeing those textures on the monitor, but the side-facing monitor, on there's 2 sequences in which they have sort of crosshairs, circles, and red dots. These look to be the cipher key for what we end up seeing in some of these film cells. Now, the interesting part is that one alone can't solve this by themselves, because when we talk about that manifest that we end up getting, those packages, it seems like there are control sequences of 1 to 5, meaning 5 different packages, 5 different contents for manifests that different people across the world ended up getting. So it's definitely going to be a collaborative effort, and by the time of recording this, it certainly isn't finished. There's still a ton of people going at it, and there's no real end in sight. But even by the time you watch this, it very well could be the same exact scenario where it's not completed just yet. But as time progresses, as we start to collaborate more here as creators and piecing a little bit of this together, I think it could be something that works out very well. But these new indications on Summit are now the new sort of cipher codes for these film cells. Those cipher codes, though, are what really piece together these sort of enigma pieces that we saw, where that was all coded, but there's still a ton of other film cells to account for here with this that haven't really filled out their purpose just yet. We can get rid of those ones that showcase Summit is where we're going because we're already there. We can take a look at those grid-style puzzles because we now have a sort of cipher key for that one. But what about the other things in which there seem to be geographical locations on these, and also others that look almost like a clock, but with letters rather than numbers? The geographical locations will pertain to clocks actually also on Summit, but when you end up taking a look at then the clock in the film cells, that's where the collaborative effort comes in, and where you can end up seeing various different answers coming out of this, to which right now it seems like each location ends up giving you a phrase of "Bish, you were here," pertaining to the chess match of Boris Spassky and Robert James Fisher in 1972 at the height of the Cold War. And then just as of recently, some of those ciphers lined up with one final piece of the puzzle being added in that clarified all of it, to which it ended up spelling out turn 11 white. Gotta go back and edit it now because as soon as I was editing it, it actually got solved. The entire thing here, this entire wild goose chase, if you want to call it that, it actually now has an endpoint here. Noah J456 and his crew actually were the ones that I've seen that solved this, in which we now know a little bit more about when we can expect even more. This right now was just the teaser, but again, that entire process took us through the entire process of going to Summit, looking at different clocks, looking at different codes, deciphering different things, taking hints from pieces of classic chess matches in the Cold War, to now where we end up seeing even more is given to us by Treyarch, and it finally all culminates to one thing: pawntakespawn.com. And when you go to that, you end up seeing that right there is just a sort of static image, but with a blinking light on the VCR as the clock at 12 o'clock, but also with the date of 8/14 or August 14th, which is this Friday. So presumably we're going to end up seeing even more stuff here coming this week. Maybe a trailer, maybe a full-on reveal. We'll have to wait and see, but man, oh man, am I hyped here at this one. Also in the background, of course, you end up seeing that monitor, that telephone, some stuff in the back, which is a classic Activision game, but also on the right in the back is the Warzone map. When you take a look at this and actually adjust some of the levels to make it a little more visible, it looks like it's the same map that we have right now. It doesn't look like it's the 2020 map that was leaked a while ago, but instead, maybe that's just a hint towards the fact that we're going to be seeing something here within Modern Warfare and Warzone as of the 14th. Maybe that live event, maybe something where the bunkers then become active and the Easter egg steps happen even further. We just don't simply know at this point, but all we do know is that it's gonna be cool. I'm excited here for it, and of course that is kind of where we're at with it. So as it stands right now, COD 2020 marketing definitely ramping up, definitely starting to push towards we're gonna find out more, and it seems like very fast, especially assuming that maybe October or November still is that release date. Man, that means that we're going to get so much stuff here in the next month or two so rapidly, and it's going to completely inundate us and flood us with information, and I am all for that. Man, I feel like we've been missing out here the last 3-4 months or so, because normally we'd end up seeing this stuff happen around April, May, or June, but we're halfway almost through August, and we're now just getting our first little teasers here of this. So I couldn't be more excited. That was a very fun hunt to take a little bit of part in, myself being a part included with it. That was a blast. I am excited to see what the future holds here with this, and hopefully, again, 12 o'clock on the 14th, I would assume that's Eastern time, because that's also the same time that was given for the embargo here at that, so 9 a.m. Pacific, and I believe 5 p.m. in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. But I would imagine that's the time here that we have given to us for, at the very least, the next part in this story that's being told, that's unfolding here with us, and how they want to market it to us. But honestly, I would really hope this is the full reveal, but we just have no clue just yet. Time will tell. We'll see at 12 o'clock on the 14th. That is where we're at, and I am so incredibly excited. So that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this here? What do you think of what we've seen so far? Do you think we're going to be getting a trailer on Friday? Do you think we're going to get just a name drop on Friday? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts. And of course, what did you like of this sort of Easter egg hunt that we had given to various creators? Did you like the hunt and watching it go along? Did you not necessarily like it so much? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, COD 2020, and Warzone, and anything in between. We got you covered on the channel, so if you guys want to stay up to date with all of that, do be sure to do so, especially as we have so much information seemingly coming out here in the very near future. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. I live on both those, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.